We'll be playing a mod where every time a monkey attacks, it teleports to a random spot on the map. It can be on the track, on the water, or in the middle of nowhere. I tried a few starts. Triple Dart Monkey was the most fun as they teleported the most, but man did they keep going to worthless spots. So much so that we lost right away on logs. Next, I tried Quincy. He did a little better as each arrow popped a couple balloons, but we ran into the same issue. So what finally got us through was a sniper dart start. What I didn't know going into this was that after a monkey teleports, it ignores obstacles, which makes the sniper way better. This let us beat rounds 6 and 7 and even got us enough money to afford another sniper. These two were popping the balloons and snapping around the map without a care in the world. Now, upgrading these guys was probably the way to go, but I wanted to start getting XP on Quincy, so I plopped him down in the middle of round 10. And if he ever went to a useless spot, we can always use this mod's special ability to manually teleport him to a better spot. From here though, we had options. I was thinking a heli or mortar would be nice because we'd anchor them in good spots, but I ended up going with a spike factory. I thought getting a carpet of spikes later on would be nice, and in the meantime, spike piles being placed randomly throughout the map would be funny. Little did I know how wrong I was. This guy loved teleporting to the edge of the map, and I had to constantly unstick him, which was a level of micro I wasn't ready for. Then we picked up a Buccaneer as he has a ton of range and watched him instantly teleport to the very end of the track. Not a very good spot, but I liked that he could go on land. To get away with microing less often, we upgraded the Spactory and Buccaneer to have longer range, with the hopes that they'd always be able to see a part of the track. And with this, the teleports per second really went up. When the screen was full of balloons, our monkeys were moving around like they were in a Dragon Ball Z fight. We started saving up money trying to get to a destroyer, but right when we got close, round 31 leaked out of nowhere. We had been doing so well, but a ton of balloons got through. I retried the round and we won super easily. There's already a lot of RNG in BTD6, but with this mod there's even more. So we might just have to get lucky in order to win. In the middle of round 32, we got this big upgrade and our Buccaneer went crazy. There were balloons all over the track, so he just kept attacking even after he teleported. And this seemed to be a theme. He would clear the screen until he ended up in a corner somewhere, and he wouldn't be able to attack until the balloons made it all the way to him. And once he started moving around again, there were always more balloons for him to pop, so he'd go on short sprints of bouncing around. This was fine for rounds with tons of balloons, but I was afraid for round 40 when there's only one tanky balloon to deal with. So we got down a monkey ace with the plans of making it a fighter plane. This was funny to watch because with every attack the base would move around the map, and the plane would try to fly over to it just to have the base move again. This caused for some crazy flight paths, but if we left it uncircled, the plane seemed to stay roughly in the center of the map. And we were able to make it a 420 ODS near the end of round 39. For whatever reason, this upgrade made the plane start teleporting with the base as well, but it was still putting in work, letting us just barely beat rounds 39 and 40 without leaking. But now it was time to save up for the aircraft carrier. Our most expensive upgrade so far, as it gives the Buccaneer 3 little aces that fly around shooting the balloons. We got this on round 45, and I was hoping that every plane attack would make him teleport, but that was not the case. No, he stays perfectly still unless the Buck himself shoots. Still though, this gives us some reliable damage to both Moab class and normal balloons. Now, we should probably save up for a late game tower now that we have this mid game Buck, but I wanted to experiment some more. A super monkey with epic range seems perfect as it should never get stuck with how much of the map it can see, and it can help out with camos. So we made it a 032 Robo Monkey. This is nice as not only does it deal solid damage, but its knockback is crazy strong against Moabs and ceramics, making our defenses a bit better. Plus, it shoots 2 attacks at a time, so maybe it'll bounce around more than other monkeys. From here, I had one plan: get an elite defender to see how fast it'll be moving. So over the next several rounds, we upgrade our base sniper to a 023. Already, this guy was moving so fast that following him around cured my ADHD. The only scary round was 59 when camo leads came, as our only solution to those was getting lucky with exploding pineapples, and they weren't connecting too often. But then I had the idea to give our FMJ sniper shrapnel, and the rest of the camo leads were popped. As for the 60s, they weren't too bad. We had the normal tough rounds like 63, but we were actually set up pretty well for it. The leads did put an end to most of our projectiles, but logs is long enough that eventually the ceramics were in the lead and our defenses could take them out. Honestly, I should get more lead popping power, but I loved it when leads were all over the screen and our monkeys went bananas. Like on round 69, when our super monkey, sniper, and buck were bouncing around like flubber. But in the middle of round 70, we got the upgrade I wanted all game: the elite defender. This guy was moving so fast that I felt like Krillin trying to watch Goku fight. I mean, he's definitely the main character of this run. After this, I thought about getting some support monkeys, but alchemists and villagers are kind of off the table because of our monkeys' teleporting nature. So we went a different route and started saving money once again. Round 75 got super far as Fortified leads led the charge and one even got through. But switching our FMJ sniper to first solved this issue on the second try, and round 76 was easy because we used Quincy's storm of arrows. But this let us get to round 79 where we picked up the carrier flagship. This will be our main source of damage going forward, but man are we still weak to leads, and we need to fix that by the time DDTs come on round 90. Throughout the 80s I was brainstorming solutions to our DDT problem and I ended up going with a glue storm. It won't matter where this guy teleports to because we only need his ability when the screen is full of DDTs as it removes their lead property and makes every bloon take extra damage. We got this in the late 80s, so we have the 90s to make some money and get 1 or 2 more monkeys. The first one we went with was upgrading our super monkey to a tech terror, giving it extra pierce and a nice ability if we ever get in trouble. Plus, it gave us some more lead popping power. The next few rounds all acted the same. The bloons got pretty far, we activated Glue Storm, and our monkeys caught back up. This gave us plenty of money to get a first strike in the middle of round 98, and after making this purchase, I tried to use the tech terror's ability to help out. But I ended up whiffing as it teleported out of range right as I used it. Even without this, we managed to beat the round, though tons of super ceramics made it to the final pass before getting popped. This would have been easier had I used Glue Storm more often, but I made sure to save that for the Fortified DDTs of 99, which let us pop them about halfway through the map. And it lasted long enough to even affect the bad. Here, our towers whittle it down, and once the outer layer was very weak, we used First Strike, which took out everything but a few super ceramics that our towers easily cleaned up. But just like that, we beat Chimps with uncontrollably teleporting monkeys.